There was a point in time where I noticed that I was kind of escaping. And I would escape to the bathtub.
Do you go swimming? Jabron, are you taking a bath? Say bath. What's in there? That's water and bubbles. Can you blow it? Go. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3.
I get a little overwhelmed and I pour myself a bath. And I think the amazing thing about taking baths is the sensory experience. Showers are lovely. You know, we all love a good, warm, hot shower. Sometimes even a cold shower. But there's something about submerging yourself in water and floating and watching and feeling your body in that. There are some things that I do, or that I like to refer to as active meditation, and I think taking a bath is a form of that. It's a place where you're kind of contained for a time, in a moment, and you can just kind of start picking things apart, you know, in your brain or through the feelings and sensations on your skin and your body. I love to feel my body bob when I breathe deeply, as my body and my chest expands with air and I kind of levitate up, and as I exhale and kind of sink back down into the tub. I love to hear the bubbles popping. And it's a place where I can escape and hide away for 30 minutes, an hour. They say it's also really good for your bones to take baths because it relieves the pressure. I can't wait to get a proper soaking tub, though. You know, one of those kind of coffin tubs where I'm just neck deep. Because this little tub I've got going on right now it does, you know, and I'm glad that I have a tub. I love creating this kind of tide pool effect. And I love kind of kicking my knees and pulsating my knees to feel the vacuum of the water, to feel the kind of pull and push kind of create a tide and a momentum. This is a really interesting thing that happens a lot of times in forms of meditation like prayer, where we begin to connect movement to that prayer or meditative process. And I think, some people believe that it kind of enforces, when you're actually moving and praying, You ever seen somebody and they kind of bob up and down when they pray? There's something about the connectivity of movement of body and the prayer as well. And again, that sensorial moment. Just noticing how I felt before the wave and how I feel during the wave. And there's this moment. So after I'm done with my bath, I sit in the tub while it drains, because there's also a belief that, all of those negative thoughts and emotions that you might have accrued, or just heavy thoughts that you accrued in the bath, you should visualize them going down the drain. And there's this moment you can kind of feel the buoyancy of the water releasing itself. And then there's a moment where you're, boom, you're back on the tub. And you're kind of no longer suspended and held. The bath is a beautiful time for me to kind of not control my thoughts and not police my thoughts, but monitor them. Setting up a scenario where I can safely monitor them.